You open the app. The number is the same as it was 11 minutes ago. You already knew it would be. You close it. 40 seconds later, something pulls your thumb back. You open it again. The number has not changed. It never changes in 11 seconds. You know this. And yet here you are checking again. This is not a bad habit. This is your nervous system doing exactly what it was trained to do. And once you understand what trained it, you will never look at that little app icon the same way again. Most people who do this feel ashamed of it. They call themselves anxious or paranoid or bad with money. They download budgeting apps to fix the behavior. They set screen time limits. They try to stop. But the checking keeps coming back, quiet and insistent, like a tap on the shoulder from something that refuses to be ignored. Here is what nobody tells you. The shame is misplaced. What you are experiencing is not a personality flaw. It has a name, and the name changes everything. Principle 1. The Sentinel Response. The brain has a system whose only job is to scan for threats. Psychologists call this hypervigilance, a state of heightened alertness that the nervous system activates when it has learned that danger can arrive without warning. It was designed for physical threats, lions, hostile strangers, sudden violence. But the brain does not distinguish between a physical threat and a financial one. To the nervous system, an empty bank account and an approaching predator produce the same alarm signal, the same cortisol surge, the same urgency, the same compulsion to check, to scan, to monitor. Picture this. You are 8 years old. It is the third week of the month. The fridge is quieter than it should be. You have learned, not from a conversation, not from anyone sitting you down and explaining, but from the texture of the air in the house, that something is wrong, that the number your parents are not talking about has gone somewhere it should not have gone. Your nervous system files this away not as a memory, but as a rule. Money can disappear. Money can disappear without announcement. The only protection is vigilance. Stay watching, stay checking, do not look away. Do not. That rule does not expire when you grow up. It does not dissolve when you get your first salary. It does not retire when your account finally has a buffer. It just keeps running quietly in the background, tapping your thumb toward the app 11 times a day, because that is what kept you safe once. And the nervous system does not unlearn survival without a reason. Principle 2. The Cortisol Economy. Psychologists at the University of California found that people raised in financially unstable households show measurably elevated cortisol responses to financial stimuli. Bank notifications, price tags, payment requests, even decades after achieving financial stability. The stress response is not proportional to the actual threat. It is proportional to the threat the nervous system was originally calibrated to expect. You could have $50,000 in your account and still feel the same low-grade dread opening your banking app as you did at 8 years old when there was nothing. Your body's not lying to you, it is just reading from an old map. This is the cortisol economy. Every time you check and the number's okay, your nervous system receives a small dose of relief. Not joy, not satisfaction. Relief. The absence of the feared thing. And that relief is addictive in exactly the way that intermittent reinforcement is addictive. The same psychological mechanism that makes slot machines so compelling. Most of the time, the number is fine. Occasionally, it is not. The unpredictability of which it will be is precisely what keeps the checking behavior locked in place. Your brain is not malfunctioning. It is doing exactly what brains do when they have been trained on an unpredictable reward-threat cycle. Principle 3. The invisible inheritance. Here's what makes this particularly hard to see from the inside. The checking behavior does not feel like fear. It feels like responsibility. It feels like being on top of things. It feels like the kind of person you are supposed to be, careful, aware, financially conscious. The hypervigilance wears the costume of virtue, and that costume is almost impossible to remove without understanding what is underneath it. Principle 4. The gap between safety and feeling safe. This is the part that changes everything. There are two entirely separate experiences that most people assume are the same thing. There is being safe, having enough money, having a buffer, having stability. And there is feeling safe, the nervous system registering that the threat has passed, standing down, allowing rest. For people with hypervigilant financial nervous systems, these two things can be completely disconnected. You can be objectively financially safe, and your body will still be on high alert. Because feeling safe is not a function of your bank balance. It is a function of your nervous system's threat assessment. And your nervous system's threat assessment was calibrated by experiences that no longer apply. You check your account 47 times a day, not because your life is financially precarious. You check it because your nervous system has not yet received sufficient evidence that it is allowed to stop watching. The number in your account is not the information it is looking for. It is looking for permission, and that permission does not come from the app. It comes from somewhere much older and much quieter than a bank balance. The first step toward changing this is not a budgeting system. It is not a screen time limit. It is witnessing what actually happened, saying out loud or in writing, or just in the privacy of your own mind. I learned that money was not safe. I learned that watching was the only protection. That was true once. It kept me ready. But I'm not 8 years old in that house anymore. And the number on the screen is not the threat. The threat was something else entirely. And it is over. That is not a cure. Nervous systems do not reset overnight. But it is the beginning of a different relationship. One where you check the app because you choose to, not because something in your chest will not let you stop. If this named something you have never had words for, subscribe. Because next week, we are going into something even older than financial anxiety. The psychological reason you feel guilty every time you spend money on yourself. And that one goes deeper than you think.